This is going to be a brief review for Star Wars Rogue One. When I saw the movie back in December, I actually wanted to do something right away. Unfortunately, though, I didn't find the time. Time was a factor. And when I actually did find the time, the problem was that uh, my computer's memory, the hard drive, was so full of memory that whenever I tried to make videos about it, most of the videos actually never made it because like I ran out of memory. That's how bad it got. I still have that problem, by the way. I still have the memory problem, but uh, I want to talk about it though, just briefly. So I really liked it. Star Wars Rogue One had elements in a Star Wars that I've never seen before in a Star Wars movie. It felt like a war movie, and it felt like a combination. It felt like it had elements of like Vietnam and World War II combined together. Especially when like there's certain shots where it feels very World War II ish in inspiration and influence, and then there's shots like especially this one shot where they're running away from an AT-AT and they're running through this jungle-ish environment, and it looked like something straight out of a Vietnam War movie. I thought that was pretty cool as well. Oh, but yeah, I just love the action of it. Like I said, it feels like a war movie, and I just love that intensity. I'm a fan of war movies. I'm a fan of action movies, so that was really awesome to me. And like this was the first Star Wars movie where I felt that like this was like yeah, it felt like yeah, it felt like really big in the action. It felt even more big than the prequel movies did because I felt like the problem with the prequel movies is it focused too much. Uh, it kind of like rushed things with the Revenge of the Sith. Like there were battle scenes and stuff like that, but the battle wasn't the main focus. The battle was just like there in the background. It was always mainly about the main characters, but the main characters never really got themselves into the battle compared to like how these main characters were in the battle. Like that was a part of their story. They were a part of the battle. Like, and when I say that, I mean like they were actually like physically in the battle, whereas compared, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that because some people might be confused. Like, what are you talking about? Like Obi-Wan and Anakin were in the battles in the prequel trilogy, and while that's true, they were. That wasn't their top. Jesus Christ, that was not their top priority. For instance, in the beginning of Episode 3, the whole point of that is to go to one ship to rescue Chancellor Palpatine. That's the whole point of it. They're not there to dogfight. They're not there to fight other droids. They're there to get Chancellor Palpatine. And anyone who stands in their way is just killed. So that didn't feel like they were. It felt like they could have been more part of the action. That didn't feel like they were directly involved in the battle. It felt like the battle was just an obstacle, or it felt like it was a yeah, I felt like it was an obstacle getting in their way. Instead, I felt like the characters should have been more involved with the battle. Same thing when it came to later in the movie again with Obi-Wan and Mustafar. He wasn't there to fight alongside the clone troopers. He was there to attack General Grievous. You get my point. I feel whereas, well, maybe you don't get my point. So he was there to fight General Grievous, whereas compared to the characters in Rogue One, they're actually that is their objective. It's to be in that battle to fight it out and to get the plans and stuff like that. Um, yeah. So I also like the job they did with Grand Moff Tarkin. Some people don't like it, but I do. Maybe because I can appreciate the visual effects and the work that went into it. I'm not saying other people can't do that. I just think like it looks good. Like by our standards of technology today, I think it just looks really good. And some people are going to say like, well, 20 years down the line, it's not going to look as good anymore. Well, why are you judging a 20-year-old movie by the merits of that year that you're watching the movie? And you should be judging the merits. If you're talking about special effects, I feel like you should be judging the merits of the technology that was back then. That's like saying when you watch Peter Jackson's King Kong or the new King Kong that came out, and you say, well, the visual effects or special effects are better than they were in the first King Kong, the original King Kong. Well, of course they are. Time has progressed, technology has advanced. Of course, it's going to be better from a technical standpoint. That doesn't mean that the visual or special effects for the original King Kong weren't good. They still are, especially if you look at it from the context of when the movie was made. That's the point I'm trying to make there. I felt like Darth Vader should have been in the movie a bit more. I hope they make a Darth Vader movie before the voice actor who plays Vader name escapes me right now, unfortunately, but I still think he's got it. In terms of visual design, there was one. This goes back with Darth Vader. There was a shot when the door is opening and you see Vader, and I don't know if other people noticed this, but I did. The main antagonist, he's standing there, and the shadow of Darth Vader, his shadow is literally engulfing the main antagonist's character's body. Like, and I think there's a really good use of symbolism right there. It's demonstrating how Darth Vader has more power and more authority and more command over our main antagonists in this movie. There's a lot to be said about this movie. I did have some issues with it. Some critics have said that they felt like the first act of the movie, including Chris Stuckmann or whatever the hell, whatever his name is. I'll put up a picture or something. Chris Stuckmann, I think that's his name. He and others said that the first act felt very boring and felt very dragged out. I disagree. I think the first act was fine. I kind of find it ironic that he said that because Chris said that because I saw Deepwater Horizon, so did he, and he never mentioned how the first act of that movie was boring or cliche or whatever, and I felt like the first act for Deepwater Horizon was that way. I know I said this was going to be a brief review, but sometimes it's just it didn't happen that way. Maybe I should just have not said brief. Oh well. Overall, though, I like the movie. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Definitely, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I would have to give that to The Empire Strikes Back right now, but it's definitely up there. Like, it's close to it, Empire, but Empire is better, for sure. Yeah, definitely had the intensity and the action of us that I've been looking forward to in a Star Wars movie. Like, what was cool was you get to see all these different characters, and they're not Jedi, and they're just soldiers, or they're spies, or they're non-Jedi characters, and it's cool to see that because you get to see the galaxy from different perspectives that you really don't get the chance to see, or we haven't really had much of a chance to see before, especially in a feature-length Star Wars film. So I will discuss in further detail in future videos. I plan on making some response videos to critics. I actually wanted to do that. One of those videos was actually a response video I wanted to do. Unfortunately, after I put a half an hour of work into it, recording it, it didn't successfully export because I did not have enough memory on my hard drive. And I'm still having that same issue right now. So before that happens again, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Twilight City Studios, and check out my channel for more content.